Good morning, folks. So, another day, but certainly not another dollar. So, yeah. Basically, my finances kind of it's back to the usual thing. So, like, obviously Thursday payday, and nope, I'm actually in the red in the bank by 160 something pound, whatever. So that means I've got no money again for a whole week to live on. Got nothing. And on top of that, it's not a case of like before where at least I had food and all the rest of it, and you know, now I've virtually got anything left. I've got no, well, I've got a little bit of milk, no bread, a couple of tins of spaghetti or something. Spotty's nearly out of food. Oh boy, here we go again. Oh boy. So at least my rent was paid this time, so at least that's sorted. So that's one good thing at least. You know what I mean? At least one thing I don't have to worry about. You know, so my rent's paid. So let's say that's all sorted. I don't, you know. Anyway, so what can you do but just keep going? I must admit though, there are days like this when I think to myself, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, I work hard, I do, and I'm not saying I work harder than anybody else or anything, I'm just saying I work hard. Do you know what I mean? You know, I'm not a shirker and I do my fair share, and sometimes a bit above and beyond. I mean, like, I don't know if I mentioned this actually, I'm sure I did. I think I did. I mean, I actually went at my own expense, whilst on work time, at my own expense, to go and pick up, pick up some stuff from South Kensington, which meant I had to jump on a tube, go there, and then come back. And like I say, that was on my, you know, it was on my money. That, you know what I mean? Now, I don't know whether my boss will think about, you know, reflecting that in my next payday or not. I don't know. Maybe not. Again, it's, to be quite honest, you know, things like that, that to me is not really that important necessarily. Not, I really, you know, at the end of the day, to me it's not about that. I'm just happy to do the job. You know what I mean? I really am. But you know, the thing is that, like I said, at the end of the day, to me, it's about incentive. Do you know what I mean? They keep going on about in this country about like, oh, making work pay. You know what I mean? Better off in work and all this sort of thing. But it turns out, no, you're not. Do you know what I mean? And then they go on about the benefit system and all these people sitting around on benefits, lazying around, doing nothing and all the rest of it, blah, blah, blah. Well, maybe if you gave people an incentive to actually go to work, you know what I mean, and a proper incentive, not just platitudes or words, do you know what I mean? They actually gave people an incentive to actually go to work and have some sort of reward at the end of it, sort of thing. Then I think you'd find a hell of a lot more people would probably want to go back to work or go to work or whatever. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not just talking about the companies necessarily either. Do you know what I mean? I'm talking about the way they work the benefit system out, do you know? I don't know. I love doing my job, I do, I actually like it, do you know what I mean? I enjoy going to work, and like I said, I get more than just a financial reward out of it. For me, I do, anyway. I can't speak for other people, but I do. Do you know what I mean? It helps me a hell of a lot in other ways, in terms of, like, my mental stability and so forth, and my well-being in that sense, you know what I mean? You know, I mean, of course, it's also a stressful job at times as well, but, you know, these things seem to counterbalance, to me it does anyway, you know. But the thing is that, like I said, you know, ultimately, obviously I need to live, do you know what I mean? I mean, what am I supposed to do, just live on fresh air? I mean, you know, sometimes I think that this particular government in particular would have us all back in the workhouse if they could get away with it. I'm telling you, they would. You know, if they felt they could get away with it, they would all back in the poorhouse. You'd all be back in the fucking workhouse, and, you know, you'd be working just for your food, never mind flipping anything else. Do you know what I mean? And you wouldn't be paid money, you'd just be paid in food, you know what I mean? Literally like the old workhouse system, like they used to have back in the 1800s or whatever. You know. Like I said, just give people an incentive, you know. Give them some sort of reward at the end of the day for the amount of work and hard work that they put in, you know. But of course, it's all about the elites, you see. It's all about the rich getting richer, and the richer are getting richer and they're getting greedier. Do you know what I mean? It's just about greed, you know, plain and simple. That sound nice and loud on there then? Did you enjoy that nice loud truck that went past? Sorry, you can see I'm not in a good state right now, but you see the thing is, right, like, I'm also trying to keep my pecker up, and I'm also trying to keep myself cheerful, and, you know, whatever I have to do to try and just keep myself on an even keel, you know, but that doesn't mean to say that, like, I can continually keep myself chipper and cheerful all the time, do you know what I mean? So there are going to be days and there are going to be videos like this where I'm not going to be in a happy state, you know what I mean? But like I've always said, I mean, that's the thing, isn't it, with this channel of mine? You know what I mean? You get the good, the bad and the ugly, essentially. Maybe, oh, I keep saying, yeah. Anyway, right, look, this is a bit boring. I'm sure it's boring for you. It's kind of boring for me as well. I mean, I'd rather be filming something interesting and enjoying something, you know what I mean? So I'm gonna have a little wander down here. It's just turned 8 o'clock, so I'm not a million miles away from work right now, so got a nice coffee here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have a little wander around. I've got a couple of little ideas in the back of my head, but it's nothing special necessarily. But anyway, we'll see what happens. So for the time being, I'm gonna leave it there, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now. Hi folks. So here we are at Nolia's Gallery. Yay. So this is where I had my first solo exhibition back in 2011, and where I sold one of my paintings for £600, and I forget how much all told I made. And my exhibition was on for roughly about officially it was about 2 days, but it actually went on a bit longer than that. Yeah, it was really, really cool, man. And ultimately it only cost me £100, and also one of my paintings that Nolia liked. So, you know, it's just really cool, man. Anyway, I'll just give you a quick brief history of what. So down that road down there's a place called the, oh great, it's gone completely out of my head. The resettlement centre thing. It's a place. It's a creative. What's the name? I can't remember who runs it now off the top of my head. But anyway, basically. I was going to this resettlement centre thing, and it's like a community sort of place where people with you know, mental health issues, whatever, blah blah blah, and you go there. It's like a day centre in a way, sort of thing. And you do lots of creative stuff and this, that, and the other, and blah blah blah. And of course, I did a art to print course and a computer course whilst I was there. In fact, that's where my email address came from, because there was a lady there who helped us set up the email thing, and she was the one that came up with the WhatsApp. She said you could always change it if you wanted to, but I've kept it the same ever since. But anyway, so like I say, I was going there, and as part of my journey there and back sort of thing, I would walk along this road, and you know, I going that way, obviously going to the place, and then coming back down this way when I was coming back, you know, going back home. And one day I happened to pass, well actually it wasn't so much this one. She used to have a little shop where that hoarding, where that what's the name thing is there now. There's a couple of like little cafe things there, and anyway, so she used to have a shop there for a little while. and in the window was a notice saying like gallery space for hire. I think it said back then, I think it said £200 a day, I think. Or was it £100? Do you know what? For the life of me, no. Actually, I think it was £100 a day, actually. I think that's what it was back then. I think it said £100 a day, yeah? So I'm thinking like, wow, you know, because at that point I'd been looking around different places, around London, around my area and other places as well. I've been looking to try and find a place where I could do an exhibition and get some gallery space, like, you know what I mean? Like everywhere I tried, it was like really mega expensive. I mean, we're talking like 3 digits easily. I know that's what, but I mean, well, we're talking like 500s. That was 500 was about the cheapest back then. Do you know what I mean? And other places were even more expensive, sort of thing. And a lot of them charged like commission, and like the commission was like on most of them was like 50%. So if you sold a painting for say £100, they'd get £50 of it. You know what I mean? So I've been trying for a little while at that point to try and find somewhere, and I just happened, like I say, I walked past and I happened to notice the thing in the window, a gallery space, £100 a day, and I'm thinking like, and back then I wasn't working, so I was like on benefits or whatever, blah blah blah, and I thought to myself, you know what, I might just be able to scrape enough together for at least 1 or 2 days for an exhibition. So I thought, right, let's just go in and speak to whoever's in there, and we'll chat about it and see what comes of it. So anyway, I saw this little lady there, and Nolia, her name. Lovely little lady, amazing little lady actually, so full of energy, and she was just fantastic. Really liked her, really nice person. And anyway, we're chatting, and I don't know, about an hour chatting or whatever, this, that and the other. And anyway, the upshot of it was, in the end, that we come up with whereby I get 2 days, and as part payment, I would pay like just £100 for the gallery space, and then as part of the other day, I would give her one of my paintings, so in lieu of the other £100 sort of thing. So, and anyway, so then I ended up with this exhibition here, and like I say, because of the way things worked out, my paintings actually stayed there for around about 5 days, but the official sort of exhibition was like 2 days essentially. Yeah, and like I said, I think roughly out of all of that, because I sold at least about, off the top of my head, I'm going to say like 3, maybe 4 paintings all told. I can't quite remember. It might have been a bit more than that, but round about 3, maybe 4, and I think roughly out of all of those, I made about £1,000 maybe. I don't know. See, I've quoted this differently in other videos. I've definitely quoted it differently because sometimes my memory and recollection is not always perfect, and I guess also there's a part of me who kind of wishes it was more. Do you know what I mean? So I accept the fact that it's possible that there are times when I embellish a little bit, but not necessarily with bad intent or, you know, trying to make myself sound more successful than I necessarily was. But, you know, I mean, for me back then, and you know, when I think about it, it was quite an achievement. Do you know what I mean? It'd been my life's dream ever since I was a kid. It was the only thing I was any good at school was art. It's the only thing I ever excelled at. Everything else I failed at completely, utterly failed at. You know, English, math, everything. Do you know what I mean? All my exams at school I completely failed at, apart from art. It's the one thing I excelled at. And really, I suppose ultimately I should have really pursued it more. But anyway, again, that's a long story, and it's blah 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 blah. But anyway, the thing is, like I said, that has always really been my dream as a kid, is to be an artist and just paint for my living. Do you know what I mean? And just create art and live off the proceeds of my work. You know what I mean? And so to come here and then have an exhibition and actually be reasonably successful. Do you know what I mean? I mean, it's saying like, you know, I didn't obviously become the next Damien Hirst or something. Do you know what I mean? But you know, I had a little bit of limited success at it, and it was kind of like, wow, you know, I'm living my dream, like, you know what I mean? This is awesome, you know. And so, yeah, so, you know, a part of me kind of wishes I'd really kind of stuck at it a bit more, but anyway, it is what it is, and blah blah blah. And rather than just reminisce about it, which is nice to reminisce about it, I walked past here the other day. I didn't do a vlog, but I was vlogging round here when I was up, because the Tate Modern's just up there. So rather than just reminisce about it, and it got me thinking when I walked past here yesterday, and I'm thinking to myself, do you know what? Maybe I should try and get back in contact with Nolia, because obviously I've got, I don't know, say a lot of new artwork, but well, I've got a fair bit of new artwork, sort of thing, and something definitely different from what I've done before with the 3D stuff. And so yeah, maybe I should get in contact with her again and see what the possibilities are of maybe getting another exhibition here. I mean, the thing is, sometimes there'll be waiting lists for these things, you know what I mean? It's not always a case of like just phone up and then a few days later or a couple of weeks later you've got a, what's the name? I don't know, but I guess there's no harm in sort of getting in contact with her again. And so hang on, let's have a look. See, cause I don't know if I've still got her number or not, to be quite honest. But if I just what's the name, I can pause this myself later and then jot these down, just I can't speak, refamiliarise myself, and then maybe I should give her a bell and get in contact with her again, and you know, maybe I should set up another exhibition, because like I said, I'm thinking about trying to sell some more artwork anyway at the moment, to try and get a new camera and so on and so forth. But also, you know, if I manage to, you know, if I'm reasonably successful again, if, you know what I mean, it's a big if, you know what I mean, the art world's as fickle as anything, it's as fickle as the weather, and it's as fickle as people are, and so, you know, just because I had that bit of a success before doesn't always necessarily mean it will again, but if you don't try, you never find out, do you? So yeah, I'm kind of thinking, yeah, in fact I will do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to be in contact with her and then see what the possibilities are. Do you know what I mean? You know, it might happen, it might not, but like I said, if you don't try, you don't know. So yeah, and then if I can get that sorted out, if we can get another exhibition here and manage to sell some pieces at least, then that will obviously help the financial situation a little bit, won't it? Do you know what I mean? So yeah. Okay, so I think basically that's it for the time being, and yeah, so I guess I better start heading back towards work. So for the time being, from Nolia's gallery, I'm going to leave it there, and I shall catch you guys later. Bye for now. Hi folks, so I'm just round the corner from Nolia's gallery actually. And I just thought I'd come down here because this is a nice little thing they've done here. This little sort of side alley thing with all these new sort of restaurants and bars and stuff. Yeah, pretty cool actually. A nice little alleyway that they've created here. I can imagine this being really popular. I love all these little alleyway things, mate. I really do. Like I say, especially when they sort of reclaim them and do stuff really interesting with them, like, you know what I mean? It's really cool, actually. So look, explore. Yes, explore. Definite. I love to explore. I do. I love exploring. Oh, that goes quite a ways down and all, actually. Oh, I do. I don't know what it is about these little alleyway things, me. I just love them. I just think it's so cool, man. Well, this piece of artwork here, no. Wow. Oh, yeah. Wow, that's pretty cool, man. Wow. Nice. Rusty old metal, eh? That's pretty cool. Nice. Okay, so excuse me, sorry, I've got a bit of a cough going on. Carries on even further down here, doesn't it? Oh, hang on. Oh, I see where it comes out at. Right. Okay. Right. So that just brings us back out onto the main street there. We was just at Nolia's, so just round that corner. We might as well walk back through for now. So yeah. So just to sort of carry on that conversation just for a minute, in terms of recontacting Nolia, like I said, and I think that's what I'm going to do. Actually, I think I will, because you know the thing is that it was an amazing experience, to be quite honest. It really was. It was in some ways maybe a bit of a defining moment in my life to some degree. When I think about it, because you know the thing is that, like, I got to meet some really interesting people, and not only that, but I met this really interesting guy called Gunter, fellow artist, and he's got a Harley Davidson, like, it's flipping amazing. Do you know what I mean? It's like flipping heck. And anyway, so I got to know him a little bit, and like we did this collaboration as well at one point. This sort of what would they I forgot what you call it. There's a name for it, and for the life of me. Well, it's not an installation piece necessarily, because an installation is not necessarily something that there is a term and it's just completely escaping me for a minute. But we did this collaboration piece anyway, and that's actually I don't know if I've still got the footage for that actually off the top of my head. It wasn't my footage; it was somebody else's. Somebody else filmed us, but I've got some photographs of it, and that was really cool. I really enjoyed that. But yeah, so anywho, yeah, I guess I better start heading towards work now. Yeah, sorry, I'm just as usual. You know, it's funny that it's like I started off this morning feeling quite, you know, as you can imagine, considering the situation, feeling quite down, and do you know what I mean, and sort of like excuse me, not feeling quite myself, obviously, and then, you know, then I start doing my vlogs and I start feeling better. You know, sorry, you know, sometimes as I'm talking and when I'm walking along and as I'm talking, see, sometimes stuff occurs to me as I'm talking, you see, and that's why sometimes you might notice that I'll be saying something and then like I'll kind of stop halfway through or something, and you might be thinking like, oh, what was you going to say just then? You didn't quite finish your sentence, sort of thing. And it's mainly because, like, sometimes as I'm talking, stuff occurs to me, and sometimes it's quite profound. It you know, comes into my head, and I think to myself, oh shit, I didn't think of that before, or I did think about it before, but I've kind of forgotten, and it's just like I've realised it, if you like, as I'm talking, sort of thing. Because it just occurred to me then, as I was just saying, how, you know, I'm feeling a lot better, and as I, you know, each vlog I do, I start feeling a lot better and all the rest of it, and straight away in my head it said, you know, this thing in my head said like, well, that's because you're being creative, and aren't you at your most happiest when you're being creative? Because ultimately that's who you are, do you know what I mean? And you know, keeps coming back to me all the time, actually. Keeps coming back to me all the time, and I keep forgetting, essentially, because obviously life gets in the way, as Joanne would say. You know, life gets in the way, you know, because, you know, obviously at the end of the day you got food on the table and a roof over your head, do you know what I mean? And so you know, yeah, so you got, you know, the practicalities of life, kind of hit home in that sense. But I know and I understand and I get the fact that, like, you know, there's a ton of people out there, especially in, you know, with the YouTube stuff and what have you, whereby people now are being able to do stuff whereby, you know, like, be creative and do the things they want to do without having to do the 9 to 5 or whatever sort of thing. And yeah, it feels like I'm kind of going over old ground all the time. Right, okay, so hang on, sorry, just I'm thinking I'm gonna have to find a better way of doing this, you know, especially if I'm filming around the rush hour time in London, because obviously I'm trying to find the light, and the light at the moment happens to be on this side, but then of course I've got to try to be mindful of people walking in the street as well, because like I say, I've got this flipping thing sticking right out in front of me, more or less. Well, actually, I'm not going to be that far out, because obviously I'm mindful of the fact that, like, I don't want to take somebody's eye out with it, you know what I mean? Yeah, anyway, alright, so I think for the time being, I'm going to leave it there, folks, and I shall catch you guys later. Bye for now. Okay, folks, so heading back to work now, and yeah, like I said, you know, started off feeling really sort of down and all the rest of it, but you know, ultimately that's what it's about, isn't it? It's about picking yourself back up and just getting on with it, you know. And yeah, you know, I guess ultimately it's about trying to turn it around for myself. Ultimately, that's what it boils down to. Yeah, so just, you know, like I said, so turning it around for myself at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. And like I said, maybe if I get in contact with Nolia, see if we can set up another exhibition. So yeah, well, look at all these guys, man. Right, okay, folks, so I guess ultimately I don't know, I'm just trying to think where else can I, because I mean, it's like nearly, well, I think it's about 9 o'clock now actually, so it's about 9 o'clock, and I'm thinking, how much time have we got? I'm not far from work, you know what I mean? I'm just literally around the corner from it anyway. So, you know, okay. Yeah, so, yep. I do find all this fascinating, all the same. You know what I mean? The old corporate media, like, you know. And their cameras are pretty cool. So, but anyway. Yeah, sort of done that one, been there, worn the t-shirt, so, right, okay, step over all this cabling, oh boy, right, away from the noise and the mayhem, right, okay. Right, folks. Okay. Whew, boy. Oh, yeah, so I guess I'm just gonna end the vlog here for now. And yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do this weekend and all the rest of it, because obviously at the moment now I can't really go anywhere You know what I mean? So I'm just going to have to get creative, aren't I? Right. So for the time being, I'm going to leave it there and I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now. Okay, folks. So I'm just round the corner from where. Well, I say round the corner. I mean, yeah, it is around the corner. It's just down there, basically. That's the Palace Theatre there. So we're just right there, and it's probably about 20 to 9 or something, but 20 to 10, sorry, I beg your pardon. But anyway, I just seen this, and obviously resurfacing this road here, and you know me, I love these guys. I love the tarmac boys, I do. I don't know why, I just do. Do you know what I mean? It's like, I love the smell of it. I do. I absolutely love the smell of tarmac. I know I'm weird. That kind of goes without saying, I suppose. But yeah, no, I love the smell of tarmac, man. Oh, I don't know what it is or why, but you know, probably from childhood. My dad always going on about it when we used to pass these people and sort of say, get a lung full of that, son, it'll put hairs on your chest. You know what I mean? It was like, you know, I don't know, I guess maybe from that or something, I don't know, but I love this stuff. I love this stuff. It's so cool, man. I love it. I don't know why, like I said, but for whatever reason I do. Oh, man. I love the smell of this stuff. So cool, man. I think we're going to get some down here, Valley. Oh, mind you, I don't think they're actually, yeah, because they're obviously taking the surface off at the moment, so I don't think there's any actual tarmacking at the moment. Maybe they'll start tomorrow. I hope they haven't done it by tomorrow. Because obviously these guys have to try and work quick, especially, well, I mean, it's not a main road, but you know, they generally have to work pretty quickly, you know what I mean, get things done, especially on sort of main roads and stuff. But yeah, I mean, you know, the thing is that, like I said, I want to be here when they're laying it, man. I want to smell it. Hey, look at this machine here, look. You get to see one in action now. Look at this. This is awesome, man. Wow. That is so cool, man. That is so cool. Love it. That's the old tarmac. Alright, mate. So cool, man. Love it. Look at this machine, man. Oh, yes. That is so cool. Yay, man. Woo! Awesome. Look at this thing. Hey. That's it, he's done. We've got another one waiting. A.K.A, man. I mean, for some people this part of the video might be really seriously boring, you know what I mean, but not to me, not for a second. I could watch these guys all day long, man. Oh mate, love it. Oh yes. Woo! See, now the next one will move in, and then he'll yep, this one's going to move in any minute. I wonder if, yeah, no, it's alright. Oh, I love this stuff, man. I love it. Like I said, I can't wait until, you know, whenever they start tarmacking. I don't know whether they'll probably do it tomorrow, I guess. They'll probably start tomorrow, more than likely. Yeah. Oh, I've got to watch it just one more time, man. Alright, mate. This is so cool, guys. So cool, love it. This is so awesome. There you go. Woo! Wait until we start laying it. Awesome, man. Love this stuff. Love it. I've got this silly little saying. Okay, folks. So, obviously I didn't quite finish the vlog properly there because like, I got talking to that guy and sort of like it kind of felt a bit rude just filming him. Do you know what I mean? So I just thought, like, just stop the vlog there. So apologies for the slight rude interruption there. Oh, I love that. I was just asking him as well. They're going to lay tomorrow. I said it would be tomorrow. I thought it'd be tomorrow. Because they're going to do, obviously they do all the surfacing first, get all the old surface up and all the rest of it, and then, like, once it's all prepared, then obviously then they can start laying. So, yeah, flipping heck. So I can't now. I'm really actually looking forward to coming to work. But the thing is, obviously, I'm going to come super early. I wonder what time they're going to start laying, though. I should have asked him actually. Should have asked him when they're going to start laying. What time? I would imagine it'd be sort of early anyway, sort of early-ish. So chances are I might just get to smell it. I know that sounds really weird, and I was just talking to the guy, like I said, and there was another guy as well that I was chatting to, and he was saying, youngster, like, and he was saying, like, you know, he can't smell it anymore because he works around it all the time, so he doesn't smell it anymore. Do you know what I mean? And I guess that makes sense. You know what I mean? You know, personally, I love it. I don't know why. I know it sounds really odd, sounds really silly, doesn't it, or whatever. But you know, you think like, well, whatever floats your boat, I suppose. You know, the smell of tarmac floats my boat. Very strange, odd person, aren't I? I know. But oh man, I don't know what it is about it, but I just love it. I absolutely love it. You can smell it a bit now, actually, but I think that's just like because of the old surface is being taken off, like, sort of thing. And I'm not sure exactly how those machines work, but I got a feeling, especially when you see that the smoke coming off the top of it, I suspect that, like, it's heated up to some degree, makes it easier to take the surface off. I imagine that's how they do it with those machines, but obviously I don't know, because, like, you know, I've never looked into it, so I have no idea. But like I say, judging by the smoke, and there is a bit of a smell of tarmac, so judging by that, I'm guessing that they kind of, like, there's something there in part of that machinery where it heats the surface up to a certain degree, and then it makes it easier to then, you know, take it off, sort of thing. I'm imagining like some sort of scraper or something or whatever, and so it sort of scrapes the heated up tarmac, and like I say, hence why you're getting a load of smoke when it comes off that conveyor belt at the top. So, right, okay, so I better check the time and I better start heading in. So for the time being, I'm going to leave it there and I'll catch you guys later. Bye for now.